What does this have to do with anything? This is my next project. We're back, guys, with my next project, river rock floor. Never done it before, totally winging it. Took out the laminate in the entryway, decided against the cement board because I didn't want to spend the $200 to do it. And I didn't want to have the extra 1/4 inch height that it would have created. So I sealed it with a really good primer, and I'll show you what I used. Here it is. You can't see it. It's Glidden Gripper White Primer Sealer, recommended by the guy at Home Depot. So it's really thick too. So I put it on, a couple coats of it, and sealed it really well. So it has a nice moisture barrier. So when I put the thin set on, and which I have mixed up ready to go here, I've got my peanut butter consistency thin set. Remember that, peanut butter consistency. That's the key. I have my river rocks that I purchased at the quarry after figuring out how it was going to take me too long to just collect them on my own. And I also had to sort them with size, and I'll show you why that was. Before I started this project, it occurred to me that we have a closet door right here. And in order for the closet door to open, we have to make sure that the rock floor isn't too tall. And so what I did then next is I took the rocks and I laid them down on the floor. And let Kitty meowing once in. Come on in, Kitty. I laid the rocks down on the floor and tried to open the door, and it wouldn't open. So I had to come up with some way to sort the rocks. First what I did is I measured how tall this area was, and I took off about 1/8 of an inch just to be safe. And then got myself one of these guys, what is this, pot, and I cut out 2 holes of the correct size. So anything that can go through that hole would be short enough for that door to close over. Sorted. All of these rocks have been sorted through my sorter and are approved to fit underneath that area. So I think that's the area that I need to start in. Or not. No, hold on. I'm probably going to start over here because I'm going to I need to get a piece of wood to go across here where I'm going to start. I need to start my height so I can determine that as I go along and work my way all the way out to there. So I have my mortar already mixed. I did it a little early. I need to hurry up and find myself the piece of wood stripping that is no higher than this, that's going to fit here so I can get started. So let's do that, shall we? I don't have the right stuff. And Home Depot's closed because it's 10. And this is when I do my work at night. And aren't there home improvement stores that stay open 24 hours? That's what we need. So the only thing I could find was this. This is my shoe molding, which is not wide enough. It's tall enough, but it's not wide enough to hammer in, to nail it. So I'm not going to be able to start where I wanted to tonight. I'm going to have to start at a corner, like here perhaps. Or maybe I'll start in this corner. No, I'll probably start in this corner. I just need to use up the mortar that I've mixed. I'll start in this corner and work my way down the wall that way. That way people can still walk by. And I don't have to worry about my little area here yet. Forgive me for the laundry room. In the laundry. That's what we're near. Okay. So let's begin. Kind of nervous, kind of excited. Eek! Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So 1/4 inch smack of this stuff. Let's see how we do here. I've never done this on the ground before like this. So it has to be up against here. Peanut butter consistency. That's what you want to remember with thin set. When you're mixing it, always think of peanut butter. Okay, so I think the whole point of that is I don't know how to do this. I've never done this before. I'm just assuming what I'm doing here, people. This is a journey we're doing together. We'll see how it turns out. So I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's just fun though. I mean, that part's kind of fun. It's like frosting or something. This, however, probably won't be so. This song of mine in 3/4. Don't know what. Oh, my husband's watching Mad Men upstairs, so I have that song in my head. It's the episode where the Hare Krishners are trying to take, what's his name? That one character. And then the girl comes to the office and seduces that married guy and blackmails him into leaving that other guy alone. Oh, it's a good episode. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. I think this is probably good. I just like going back and forth with this stuff. It's kind of fun. Just gonna call that good. See what we do here. Okay. So there's my section. Here are my rocks. I'm just going to pick out some rocks here. Let's see. I don't have any rhyme or reason to this, really. Just gonna pick some nice flat ones to start. I don't even know what I'm doing, but just do it together. We'll enter this craziness together. I'm gonna avoid really, really round ones. Now these weren't sorted. I'm not using sorted ones right now because I'm saving those for around the closet. Otherwise it would take forever to do. Let's just see what this one is. Alright. Now it says I should put mortar on the back of these too. Alrighty, let's see what we do here. There's one. I just did my first one. Let's see, these are obviously different sizes and different. This one's not even really flat. There we go. Let's put you right up against there. Now these really round ones have me a little worried. Okay, so my issue is this is down further than this. This isn't going to be super. How's that going to work? Because when I end up mortaring them all, I don't know if that's the right way to go about this. I'm going to scoop up some more on these guys. Let's see, he's touching the bottom. I've pushed him all the way down. But this guy, obviously, is not even, I mean, he needs to be built up underneath. Maybe this won't make any difference when it's all said and done, but I don't know. We'll just go with it. See what happens. Just do it. Worry about it all later. Story of my life. Now, see how I'm getting concrete on the top? Is this going to be an issue? you know, like he's really tall. Maybe I shouldn't use that one at all. Okay, I'm not using you. You don't get to go in the frosting. Okay. Here we go. You're a nice flat one. See, I'm putting a little mortar on them before I put them in. I don't know, guys, if this is even the right way to do this. I'm just doing it. You know, let's just do it. We'll just do this section. If we need to, we can remove it later, right? Right. That seems really high. I'm not even using that one. You're too high. This is going to take 7 years doing this way. Now I see why people spend $1,000 and just buy the tiles, as that would be really fast. Easy. God forbid we do anything fast and easy in this house. But you know what, when you're cheap, this is what you gotta do. Okay, this concerns me, these little pieces of so let's keep going like this, see how long it takes. Here we go. Done with this part. I think it's pretty smooth. I mean, if I put my hand across, I can feel some, you know, variations, but I tried to make it pretty even as far as level going, right? Let's do the next section. Keep going. I think it's just going to be okay. I had to replace a couple that felt really high compared to the others, but let's put the foot on it and see what it says. What does the foot say? I don't want to put too much pressure on it. But I can tell, well, there's one here. This one's kind of, if my heel hit that, right there, what's that hitting? This one's kind of tall, so I'm going to remove this one. That's a good tester. Let my foot kind of test it. If I don't feel one that's sticking out oddly, this one sticks out oddly. I got to replace this one. This one's too tall right here. It would hurt if I stepped on it wrong. Let's see if I move it a little bit. Does it make a difference? Still. Okay, whoa, that one needs to come out. We take this one out, replace it with another one. Ugh. Discard pile. Those are all my discards. Let's see if I find a nice big size flat one. No. That might work. Every single stone. I don't even want to tell you how many there were. I have no idea. I started here and I moved it down along the way. Continued on, finished the whole thing. Now, the next step, of course, is to clean these off. You can see the last wet spot I did right there. It's drying today. I've done the ramps, so I've done my transition here. We're using thin set for a ramp, which worked fantastically. I'm going to clean off, wipe down all of these stones, then apply a sealer to give them a wet, shiny look, and then put the grout to fill in some of these holes. Actually, a lot of these holes. And then I'm going to need to come over here. I have this here so we don't trip on the, and put my other ramp. I don't have my other ramp here yet, but I need to do that and then repaper it. But as you can see, there's big gaps between these stones that the grout is just going to get eaten up. It's going to eat a lot of grout to fill this. I have no idea how much. I'm assuming 3-4 bags of grout. 25-pound bags. And I'm debating whether I should use dark gray grout or the dark brown. The dark brown would look like dirt. I'm not sure what to do color-wise, but I guess I'll figure it out. I'm going to the Restore, see if they have grout there. So whatever color they have will probably help determine. I know I don't want to go light because the light will show stains. I've also read that you can use linseed oil or olive oil to seal stones. It's a natural alternative. It's actually less expensive, but I don't want it to not work. So I'm going to go ahead and actually buy a sealer. So happy I don't have to sort any more stones in the near future. I'm done with sorting stones. You guys, I have no idea if this is what it's supposed to look like at this point. I didn't really research this on YouTube really well. I'm just going off the directions on the bag. It looks like chocolate frosting. I'm supposed to let this sit for, I think, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Maybe it's 10 minutes. Wipe off a little bit. Oh, 20 minutes. I'm supposed to wait 20 minutes. Go ahead and come in. 20 minutes and then wipe it off and then let it. Okay. 20 minutes, wipe it off, and then let it sit for 2 hours, then wipe off the haze. Okay, I think I'm just gonna keep applying it. I don't know what else to do. I have a bunch more left here to do. I'm just gonna keep going and hope that this is right and I don't ruin my entire area. So far, I've got the area that you can see the pebbles has had the first part done where you put the, see, this is what you do first. First you put it on so it looks like a bunch of frosting. You let it sit for 10 minutes to 20 minutes. I let it sit for 20. Then you do your first wipe off, which makes it look like this stuff. Now this is all kind of muddy looking because it hasn't had its final wipe, but this is essentially how much of the stones are going to be showing once it's all said and done. You can see in the distance there, the undone stuff. I think it's going to look good. I was a little leery when I first started, but once you wipe these again, they're going to get those bright, shiny colors back that they had. And then I'm going to seal it again afterwards. But I think this dark brown is going to look real nice because it's going to have the, it's going to be against the, which is hard to see because I have so much stuff on it, this dark brown paper floors that I'm going to do here, which is hard to see with my shadow. I really like the natural state of the rocks, but the only way to have that color stay would be to do just clear epoxy, which is really stinky and expensive, and I'm not doing that. So I am doing the grout. This is the sable brown grout. Now these rocks will be much shinier and prettier once I do my final wiping. These are all still pretty dusty. So I'm going to go have a drink of pop, sit down, let this rest for about 20 minutes and come back and wipe it off. The wiping off is a pain, you guys. I'll have my husband come down and film while I do it so you can see. It's hard. But you know, it's going to be worth it.
Yes, Minnie. Well, show Minnie first how cute she is. Show how cute Minnie is. How's that Minnie? How's that Minnie doing? You're cute, Minnie, with your mini dolly. Okay, so what I want to show you is the grout. And I've discovered, don't use the red float. The red float sucks, the rubber float. Just use your hands, it's way easier. And I like it a little softer actually than they tell you to do it, and it works just fine. And so what I do is I just push it in and I use my fingers to kind of go between the rocks. And I use a lot less this way. When I was using that big float, it was using way more grout. So this way I can kind of pick up some of the grout and position it. It kind of feels cool on my fingers too. Make sure you have gloves on, of course. And This way I can work it down into all the grooves really good with my fingers, and I can use a lot more grout to extend it out further. So do a little bit more of this so you can see how we go. You can take a big hunk too. You can see the edge here that I've already done. Just blending it all together. Fill it all in. You know, even when the float used to do this, right? It went over straight, right? So let's say that's the case. Look at all this that it leaves behind. Watch. If I do this, look at all this that it left behind. See? That's a waste, right? I can use that to fill in all these cracks. So that is my situation that I'm at right now. So I'm continuing to finish this up. And you can see behind me here, I've done most of it. In the back area there, it's drying. Once it's dried, we'll shine it up and get it nice and shiny and dark. And show my best maybe baby girl here. Show my best baby girl. What's she doing? Show her in a second.
You're gonna get. No, not so close, Daddy. A little bit. You're gonna get. I gonna get. I gonna get Minnie. Oh, Daddy, I gonna get. You're dirty now. Oh, Minnie, wait. Hold it back, Daddy, so we can get her. Ready? We're gonna show her. Wait. Wait. No, okay. She scared me. Okay, that's it. Done. It's been 20 minutes, and now it's time to wipe. This is the suckiest part of this process for me. It is not hard, but it sucks. Because this is what you have to do for a really long time. Oh, can you see these fissures right here? Can you see that in there? The fissures is, you have to make them look smooth. So that's essentially what we're doing with this whole process. Is first, we're going around and making everything smooth. I'm just going to do a small section because it will take forever to do the whole big section. But, so once you get all your little fissures smooth, then you have to, see how grody that is, you have to rinse. And the amazing thing is that this water can still be really, really dirty and this will still work. And again, you can see how the stones are kind of coming through there. Just in the way. I'm just going to do this one section so you can see what happens. And if you have some stones, like there are some stones that are deep further down than others, like this one. Obviously there's prominent ones like these, but there's ones that are hiding lower. You want to kind of wipe down to them so they'll show and reveal them. And yes, it will make it more bumpy, but it'll make it prettier. This whole section here that you see, it'll probably take me 15-20 minutes to do the whole thing. Okay, see how the stones are starting to show through? Mm-hmm. Okay. Commentary by my sister Stephanie. Okay, so essentially we'd be doing this and it would get to about this point. I'd probably rinse this a couple more times. And so you've got all your smooth grout, there's no big gaping holes in your grout, and you've got all your stones showing, and if any are hidden you want to rub down to them. I'm going to do this whole section that way, and then we're going to let it sit for 2 hours, as you can show the rest of this area that's out there. That part's already been done to this point. Let this sit for 2 hours and then it's going to get its final wipe down. So it gives you a good arm workout. So we'll come back and see how this looks when I'm done. Let's do this, people. All grouted. It sat here for 2 hours. And this is when we're supposed to come through with the wipage and wipe off the extra dust. So look, I'm going to cover your eyes until we get right up to it. Then I'm going to show you the reveal. Totally done. River rock, hand-laid entryway floor. Ready? Look. Why, hello there. Totally finished river rock floor. How are you with your shiny self and variations in color and gorgeous texture? What do you think, kitty? This is Kitty. He's our new kitten. He's going to give us a tour. You going to give us a tour? Okay. Remember this ramp that I made out of thin set? Totally covered now with my dark Jacobine espresso dark colored. Hi, Minnie. Hey, baby. You can barely see her on it. Paper floors. So the transition is really nice. It's smooth. It goes directly from the paper floors. Right? There's no, there's hardly any discernible transition. It's awesome. I sealed it with this awesome sealer that gives it this nice wet look. And it looks great together, the color combo. I repainted the walls a Holmes cream because that other funky, mustard creepy color was creeping me out. This is a nice neutral, beigey, warm latte cream color. And it looks crisp and wonderful against the white there. And I think it just looks great. It feels great to walk on. It's like a massage, like a spa massage. I've seen some floors in some showers with this kind of bigger rock like this. And some fancy spas, I've seen them feature that. It feels great to walk on, especially barefoot. It feels great to walk in with shoes. It's not cold at all. We're in the dead of winter right now, and it's not cold. I'm walking around with it on bare feet all the time. It's not warm, but it's not cold. It's just room temperature. We've actually had it here for a few months. I didn't get around to doing this final photographing until now. And this was actually done this summer, and this is February. So, oh, see? New kitten plus old cat equals major irritation. But it was hard work. Totally worth it now. I love walking on this every day. I love coming downstairs and seeing it. People are really impressed when they see it too. And it was fun. It was actually fun to do. Do you think you'll try it? Maybe.